Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Daniel.
I'm Summer.
Abigail.
Gabriel.
Okay.
I was like, he's getting closer and closer to overtaking your name every single intro. He's like, I'm Abigail.
And we are the Colombian cousins and our wives.
And
today we are watching
We're watching UGH.
This is, I believe, the final rap line song we have yet to hear.
What?
I think so.
Are you serious?
Where
gonna
did we
double
get that
check.
stat?
From my
Handy dandy.
Secret source.
Secret sources.
we have our list here.
From our list of
Yeah, we've heard
songs.
Cypher Part 1, Intro School Love Affair, Cypher Part 2, Part 3, Intro Nevermind, Cypher Part 4, Outro Her, Outro
Terror.
and now
And dang.
and Dang.
2020.
Dang. Wow, guys.
I'm sure it's more of a not a
Or it's like
Could be. I could totally see Suga doing like, ugh.
they're going to use it a lot.
He's
I mean,
like
like this-
It's like the dang.
ugh.
Yeah.
I think it's like,
That's
it's like,
what
I
you think
just
it's like,
said.
yeah, I'm agreeing
It's
with
not
you.
like, so you're like a emphasis. And then there's like that like,
disgust.
Is it going to be like one of those songs, like Dang, kind of where it's like,
gonna be both.
It's like, digga, digga, duh, digga, 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 duh, like, does it keep repeating it?
Maybe.
Let's see who's right.
J-Hope will do his bada bada bada, or is that Sugar where he kind of like sings at the end of it?
Oh, J-Hope kind of does that
They
too.
kind
He's
of
like
both.
bada 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 bada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suga
Like
does
that.
that a lot too.
Nailed
And
it.
then
That should
J-Hope
be
does that
part of
little,
the rap
the
line.
grit that we like. Hopefully we hear some of that in here.
And then arms is like the spoken. Oh. Is that for me or for him?
No, fair
Nobody
enough.
knows. Nobody knows.
Anyways.
Anyway, okay, we're going to go ahead and hop in, guys. Please consider subscribing to our channel
If you
if
like.
you love the rap line. We'll be getting new rap line stuff maybe soon, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Maybe hopefully soon. Hopefully maybe.
Maybe Jen will release a rap
Perhaps,
song.
hopefully.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Jen's
That'd be
gonna-
crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Like
a rapper.
falsetto rap.
What did he
comes
do
out a
in
rapper.
Chicken Noodle Soup? He's like, potty. I can't remember what it was, the word he was saying. He kept saying it over and over, and Sugar was laughing.
Oh yeah.
Remember? Because he forgot the word, the
Yeah.
words, so he just repeated the same word. I
That's all you gotta
would buy a Jin rap album.
Oh, 1000%.
This is him yelling at the other BTS members.
Oh yeah. With his like vein popping
Yeah.
out and just dad gin. Okay.
All right, here we go. We're gonna hop in. Oh, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, this gives me like Satruta vibes.
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
Dang,
We've
okay.
heard this, no?
So fast.
Golly.
Become a
that's
doormat? Ooh.
Golly. Yeah, that's good.
We're used to
Stepping
stepping
on
on
poop.
poop.
There it is. Oh, it's like Ooga.
Oh,
There it is. The low sub
brown
bass.
notes.
All right, J-Hope, see what you got. I think he's next. Oh, auto-tune?
Yeah.
How do they do that? Uh-oh. I like that. The hi-hat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Some
cool.
distortion.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why are you whining again?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Oh!
Not over.
They're like... Yeah. It's like the legs crossing.
Yeah.
Oh. I like that.
That's it.
It's like, oh, there's a gun. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so I was really trying to read the lyrics
Me too.
and understand them, and it was a little bit hard
Right.
to understand.
It's like we need an explanation or something.
Well, he's getting angry at pent up anger.
So I was like, getting angry at pent up anger.
You know,
it's
when
like, I think
when you're mad
it's
that
like
you're
they're
mad.
talking about like, why are you angry at me? I think that's what it is. Like, why are you angry at me? You're making me do this. I'm doing it. So there was something confusing. I need to understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh,
as we've
that's
seen
a great idea. Let's understand.
with a lot of different rap line songs, there's always like, well, I think with the Dang explanation video, we're like, oh, there's 11 billion ways of saying
Exactly.
the word.
I think there's gonna be.
What
I think there's gonna
they
be a
can mean.
word play on this word.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't.
Which
mean,
it sounds different, but is it there a direct translation to our the English
right?
I don't know.
But it was like uke or something. It was like UK.
And then they were saying
Then they were saying that
yeah.
after, right?
And then there was another repeated.
Ahem.
Is it like?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Ahem.
Yeah.
But it's before we get
I'm gonna get the sound right here in a minute.
so in case you weren't picking up what we're putting down, we are gonna be checking out the explanation video
Yes.
because there's a lot. If our summary
To be
writer
explained.
included it, it'd probably be like the
A
BU.
novel.
I'm just gonna say
Yes.
So as I was reading the lyrics, I was like, it makes sense that we need to watch an explanation.
Because there's some there's an underlying
There's something that
meaning
I'm
here.
not picking up.
Before we hop into that, there's a couple of things I want to call out. See how I did that?
See what you did there. Nice, baby.
That was an accident.
There's a couple of things like Suga's random little high pitched note
Yeah.
there. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. See, I'm like, my voice is cracking.
Yeah, how did they do that? They're like pitch wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And then J-Hope, I
just
feel like
throw your
we've seen
voice
Suga
up.
do that before where he comes in like almost like a soft whisper.
Yeah.
And he works up to like his gritty.
Yeah.
This time it was J-Hope. He was
Yeah.
getting angrier, and he kind of like worked his way up. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
this
probably
one.
telling the story. You know what I mean? Anyway, sorry.
Oh, right. Correct.
Pent up anger.
Explained by a Korean. Oh, nice.
Noise.
Nice. All right.
Here we go.
I go while I explain this. That was in the comment.
Oh, really?
Or like the title. Yeah.
So here we have another clever song from the BTS rap line spitting
Clever.
out fire, just like Dang. But if you thought this song was to diss haters and crush them, well, I would say that is maybe like 50% right.
Oh.
It's actually deeper than that. So let's dive into the real meaning of the song. So Suga starts out with saying that the haters are starting to get triggered again, and they get triggered so fast that even before the actual fuel is poured, they ignite and burn themselves. It means that haters overreact and blow things out of proportion with the smallest details. And in that process, they don't know that they're actually hurting themselves with all the negativity.
Nice.
I know.
I like
Now
that.
he's being sarcastic and calling the haters a pro, a player that enters the ring with a trivial little flaw and keeps on biting on that and doesn't let go, making a big fuss out of it. So 동네북 is literally translated into neighborhood drum. This is a Korean expression that means a drum that anybody can hit on, basically meaning an easy target or person to on. Dung 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 is how Koreans pronounce the sound of a drum. The haters keep on poking with no reason, like a boxing player that keeps on jabbing. And if Suga keeps on ignoring them, they start to stab him. This expression 담궈버리다 is actually a very hardcore slang used by Korean gangs when they stab people with knives. The original word 담그다 would mean to put an object into a liquid, usually used in terms of kimchi or salted seafood called 젓갈. The common thing among these foods is that they are all red, liquidy, and they go inside jars afterwards for fermentation. So you can see why gangs would use this word in that kind of way. And 푹 is a word that expresses the action of stabbing into something very deep and powerfully.
그 늙은 꼰대 새끼들 잘들 감시해.
만에 하나라도 꼬름하게 굴거나 수틀리게 나오면 나가 아주 창을 내가지고 젓갈을 담궈버리려니까 말입니다, 형님.
넌 어째 나이를 처먹고도 여전히 무지막지하니? 험한 새끼. 젓갈이 뭐냐 젓갈이. 아, 나 유한 새끼.
Now notice that the mimetic words 둥둥둥, 툭툭, and 푹푹 all rhyme with uk and each other, and they all escalate by each line from hitting a drum to jabbing and stabbing. So haters start off trying to tease and make fun of Suga, but when he doesn't respond, they start jabbing and stabbing.
And it
The
keeps
truth
getting
becomes
worse.
a lie becomes the truth. It's funny to see everyone suddenly becoming a morally perfect and flawless human being. And yeah, I know a little bit about this too, and it seems like the typical characteristics of many online communities and platforms with people that have nothing better to do in real life than spread hate towards others. Get a life, guys.
You must be speaking from experience,
Yeah, right.
RM states that rage is an actual emotion that is sometimes needed. He says that people have the right to get mad at certain things, and that might be our history. The word history can be used in general terms, as in a nation or the world's history, or in terms of BTS themselves, like how their success and legacy was motivated and accomplished through anger. But overall, RM acknowledges the fact that rage can likely change the world. Now, Korea is a nation full of rage against many surrounding countries that invaded and colonized our land. Also, don't forget the most recent incident of rage impeached our former president as well. But he says that the anger that heads towards him is not 분노, rage, but 분뇨, human waste, PP and poo-poo. He says that haters are actually killing anger with their fake anger, and numerous people are tired of that. This means that the useless negative energy or anger about stupid things haters throw around in the world is actually devaluating the power and impact of the word anger.
Man.
Wow.
RM keeps on going by saying that your anger is not just killing us. We're used to that anyways. But the real problem is that people are getting insensitive about the emotion anger itself, since it's so normalized and thrown towards them and in every direction. He keeps on going by saying that human waste and indifference is a team, which is what the haters are and deserve.
Like just being mad to be mad.
Right? See, there's
Then
different
the rap line
lyrics
goes,
than the...
ook. Ook is a Korean term that describes the state of blood suddenly rushing to your head in a second right after you see something infuriating. It's usually used towards people who don't know how to keep their temper and are hot-headed. BTS cleverly translated ook into ugh, very similar to how it sounds in English. And it also gives that feeling of a sudden disgust or frustration. Then why does the rap line suddenly feel angry? Because of the haters? Well, not exactly. They're actually mad because of the anger that contains malice. At this point, they don't care about what haters on them anymore. They're angry about the fact that this pure emotion called anger is being used in such a malicious way to hurt them or others, which result in nothing else but harm. It doesn't change the world or history, and that's why they bring up the word 분뇨, human waste, because anger is becoming wasted. Then J-Hope goes on and says that he's angry about the anger that got extinguished. In accordance with the previous lyrics, this means that J-Hope is angry that at some situations when anger was truly needed for like a protest or a good cause or whatever, it died out and didn't meet its final goal. Because the anger is being diffused towards random subjects like BTS themselves or, for example, DKDK TV. They don't care, and we don't care either, but if that energy were to be gathered and used for a meaningful cause, the anger could actually make an improvement in the world. So basically, stop on Twitter and throwing your anger at random people and make that anger useful and make yourself useful. In general, they go on promoting anger. They say be angry about things that are not just in this society. However, to the haters, this line has a sarcastic double meaning. It's basically saying, yeah, go off as much as you can until you become ashes and break yourself, whatever. I don't give a J-Hope continues to say that he understands that anger is a powerful emotion that moves and rules the world. But then he says that some people these days just can't live without being angry. They're just too angry at every single little thing and they go crazy with it. They're like, ooh, 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 ooh. Once again, he points out that there are thousands of reasons to get angry about. Either if it's for good or bad, it is anger. He says that unleashing your anger is okay, but he doesn't like the anger that harms other people's lives. So he urges haters to stop that. So someone's actions can hurt someone, and someone's words can make someone lose hope, and someone's blink of an eye can become a moment for someone. Someone's anger can cost even life of someone. Suga spits out of disgust.
Yeah.
Although these lines are universal and it applies to all of us, here in particular in this song, because they went to the extent of mentioning a life, personally, I think they had in mind of the tragic incidents that happened in K-pop last year. Stupid and useless actions, words, mockery, and anger were wasted on such meaningless things about idols and celebrities, that some of these celebrities were forced to make a very unfortunate decision. If you think this is a stretch, then you should listen to the next verse. This part is an impersonation of haters and netizens. These jobless people keep on saying stuff such as, what's the big deal about getting some insults? You guys deserve it because you guys make a whole lot of money anyways. So stop complaining. It's a toll for being famous, so just suck it up. This is the common logic that many netizens would say whenever a celebrity brought up how they're suffering from or are planning to sue hate comments. Try me. Just let me be in your place. Let me be an idol, and I'd be able to deal with all of that, is what the haters keep on saying, justifying the hate comments and undermining the pain celebrities have just because they profit out of publicity. Then the haters say the word ahem. Now this sound or word is used in English as well, simply to clear out your throat or show that you're present or give an invisible message to somebody who's dumb, who's not able to read the atmosphere, or to nullify the awkwardness after saying something embarrassing and on like Something like that. Anyways, as you see a lot of ahems in this part, I would say that all the usages and contexts would actually fit in. However, just to add one extra point of view as a Korean, the sound ahem was mostly used by 양반 or 꼰대s in Korea. So 양반 is a privileged noble class during the Goryeo Joseon dynasty that knew how to read Chinese and study Confucianism and were superior in class to all the other classes such as mechanics, merchants, farmers, and slaves. These 양반s would use the word in diverse situations like when they needed their servants or when they would scold them or try to show off their nobleness.
우린 과거를 보러 가는 길일세. 그 쓸데없이 방 차지하고 있는 상끝들 밀쳐내고 어서 방이나 한 칸 마련해 놓게.
보시다시피 양반님네 성화가 보통이 아니요.
먼저 숙박한 사람을 내쫓다니 이게 무슨 경우야? 그리 못하오.
아니 저놈이 지금 뭐라고 짓거리는 게야? 가만 좀 있어 보시게.
양반님네들이 저리 순하게 나오시는데 방 좀 같이 쓰셔야겠소.
그래요.
제대로 된 과거도 아니고 그까지 잡고 하나 보는데 뭘 그리 볼 게 많은가?
사람 목숨 다룬 일이 그리 만만한 줄 아십니까?
그래봤자 의원 나부랭이가 아니냐? 너희들 하는 일을 의학이 아니라 의술이라고 부르는 이유를 모르겠더냐?
Also, 꼰대 basically means a boomer in the workspace or someone older than you that tries to force their way without any logic or reasonable reason just by the fact that they're born earlier than you. These 꼰대s casually use ahem to give 눈치, which is a Korean thing that basically means figure out what I mean or what I want without me having to say it with my own mouth. The magic word would be ahem, and everybody would have to shut up and comply. So the word ahem has a complex usage and nuance in it, but basically it would be best if you understood it as these internet keyboard warriors who think they are morally perfect, better than you, sitting on their high horses, trying to shush you and give you 눈치 and saying, suck it up.
에템.
So yeah, you can replace the ahems with the words like, suck it up, get over with it, or shut up. While BTS is receiving all these ahems, if you listen carefully to the tone they're rapping with, you can feel a sense of sarcasm, which means at one point, BTS is saying the same thing, ahem, vice versa to the haters as well. In conclusion, this song is mainly about BTS's anger against how people these days waste their precious anger, emotions, time, and energy in stupid things like mocking celebrities, BTS, and internet figures, and on, which sometimes lead to tragic incidents. When this anger could actually be used in a revolutionary way to bring change in history or positivity. Therefore, Ook is not a direct diss song about the haters because it seems like BTS has elevated to a level where they don't even care anymore about human trash. It's bigger than the haters. It's a declaration about the emotion anger itself and a lament on the modern day socio-contextual usage or waste of anger.
Man,
Well said, man.
That is a lot of research.
I learned so much. Oh
a
my
song.
goodness.
Golly.
I mean, he goes into a pretty
In depth.
In depth.
in depth.
It's in depth. Come on, get your sayings right.
He goes quite in depth. It also sounds weird.
It's, hard.
Pretty in
It's
depth.
one of those things you just say once, but if you say it over and over, it's weird.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Of like researching this song,
Yeah.
and bit by bit by bit. I wonder if like even BTS has like come across this video and is like, wow, he really got a lot
really
out of
picked
our
up on what we were
song, right?
saying.
Or like even went deeper than what. Obviously, they have a deep meaning,
I
and
wonder.
they go to a certain level too, because that's like a lot of research to put into.
Well,
a
that's what
song.
I wonder. Like, because a lot of it, he comes at it from a lot of different. Like, being a Korean and
Right.
understanding culture.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things pulled from that because we could
That
translate
helps.
words literal.
Right.
But like the whole thing with the upper class using that back in the day, like the different nuances to it. So there's that. But then he also might be looking into things that they've said in past interviews and podcasts, things like that, and kind of pulling that as well. Or he just follows them long enough that he knows like their messaging and what they're trying to. There's always more to it. It's
Yeah.
more than just surface level.
I think the culture part really helps.
Yeah. And it's like they've been dealing with this for over a decade, and there's always those comments, you know. And the thing is, they've dealt with more than just like a bad comment.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like people trying to rally the troops
defamation
against them.
Yes.
Like they don't deserve this award, or they shouldn't have won, or they're cheating by fake voting or whatever, or fake or counting.
Right.
And he's saying like, at that point, they don't even care about that stuff. Like if you're gonna be angry, use it for something better than just coming at us. Basically,
like we're tired of hearing you. Like
there's no greater way than like whenever I can imagine for them. Like they're seeing all this different forms of hate, and yet their success continues to just skyrocket. And so it's just like it's just leaving a lot of that way behind.
Yep.
And it makes them look dumb.
Yeah.
For
which is what he said. That's what they said in the song too.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, I feel like I just learned a lot.
I know.
So I didn't get all that when I saw the lyric video.
No.
Also, those lyrics were different than the lyric video.
Yes.
Some of them were different.
Some of them were.
I don't, unless I just forgot it, but
no.
I'm sure like
think
the
he did
overall
that on
point
purpose.
too. Yeah.
well, some of them he was replacing to say like what they're trying to mean here
right.
is
Yeah.
this, like put out or extinguished.
Right.
Was an example, but he would put it in red and stuff.
Yeah.
But dang, good on them. Good for them for doing this and for having like a. It's kind of like I would have never thought of that concept of like wasting your anger and using it for good. And the one thing they talked about, which is I don't know a lot. I know there's been a history of things that's happened to idols. I don't know the whole story behind it or why it got to that point. But I would imagine all these different idols, like the scrutiny they're constantly under, for some people is too much. And I mean, luckily BTS like has army, but they also have each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and 7 of them.
Right, but you know, not everybody maybe had that, so we don't know the story behind it. But as a fellow idols, they probably see that, and if anything, it just like is more enraging.
They're like enraged for them.
And it's not fair to say, "Oh, you're successable, you're famous. This is
life is easy."
They're still people. They're still human. They still
exactly
doesn't matter. I mean, you see it all the time. Like, and I'll just to bring like Sugarwood a sports reference to it. A lot of times in the games, like basketball, you're playing in front of the fans, and they're multi-millionaires, and they're global recognition, all that stuff. But every now and then you'll see a player, because they're constantly hearing heckling, but someone will say something that'll make, and it could be like,
make them respond.
Like they'll like a lot of times they're attacking like their family or saying like pretty harsh things in the context of like a game, and so their human comes out, and they turn around, they stop the game, and there's been players who have had asked security to escort fans out. They're allowed to heckle.
Wow. Yeah.
But if they say that, it's because they're like crossing a line. Because at the end of the day, yes, they're millionaires and all this stuff, but they're not like
they're famous. They're
but they're
well
people.
known. They're people. Yeah.
At the end of the day, so.
And the point is, it's just sad because people just like to be mad to be mad. They want to just
they just
say mean things. Just
and like he kind of used the example of like they use it for what is it, to gain popularity or for like the attention, or there's just different reasons for it. And it's just, you know,
well, you know those people that just, because I know a person, I have a person in my head that they just get mad and enraged at the smallest things, and then they're just constantly like that. You tend to tune them out. After a while, you're like, oh, he's just yelling again. It's like,
that's just how they are.
That's how
like,
they are.
just...
Like,
but it's like they're in that state so much that's just they now look for ways to get angry.
They want to be angry.
Well, it's also like the boy who cried wolf. Like if you're gonna like be mad all the time, like
eventually
I'm like, how do I know like
this is real?
Yeah, like you actually need something from me, or like I actually did something wrong. Or, yeah.
Good job.
Man,
great job explaining.
They just blow my mind with the way they write lyrics.
I know.
God, and all the hidden meanings.
I could not be a lyricist. I'd be like, today I had a sandwich. What does that mean? I was hungry. I have no. I cannot.
You have no depth to your thoughts. Is that
hard.
what you're saying?
I mean, I do, but I don't know if I could put it on paper like that.
That's fair.
It takes time.
Yeah, it does.
And
takes time.
and it would be exhausting to constantly think
deep.
Think deep all the time.
It's hard to. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
I like
that was a good song.
David's explanation. That was good.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Thank you, David.
Good. He did good, and you could tell he was speaking a little bit.
I told you,
for
he's speaking
himself.
from
Personal
he's like,
experience.
Like you coming, you know, like against
like,
our
come on,
channel.
guys,
He's
get a
like,
life.
get a life.
Yeah, I mean, they have a big channel, 800,000 subscribers nearly, and
almost 800,000.
so I mean, I'm sure like this video alone has 3,000 comments.
I mean, he's like BTS or DKDK TV.
he puts his little face.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much any platform you have on the internet, you can assume you're going to get haters for who knows what, how many different reasons.
We see them, we read them.
We see them, we read them. It's just like, nah.
Yeah. Sometimes I like them.
Yeah, I mean, even with us, like we're on like a micro scale compared to BTS, and there'll be like a comment, and like me and Abby are just like crying in the club.
I'm like, that really hurt my feelings. Gabriel and I are like, really, guys?
Yeah. But it's hard. It can like, but you realize it, like it's like you get a phone and just like a random comment that someone wrote from 1,000 miles away, and it can like ruin your day. Your whole day here, present.
Your
like
day. Not my
like
day.
you're like around your kids. I'm speaking of in generalities.
Yeah.
And you know, from the other side from their side, it's just like, oh, well, it's just the comment.
They can deal with it. They're, you know.
And like I said, what we deal with is like a micro of them. And and we see BTS and how much they are constantly thinking about pleasing ARMY and being good to ARMY. So then it would hurt.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Wowzers.
Good song.
Yes.
Good song. Good job, guys.
Deep song.
Jin has a lot to follow up on with his rapline song, so we'll see.
With his album.
We believe in you, Jin.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We are also on Patreon, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok. If you want to check out some other content over there. Otherwise, we're back in a few days with our new video. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.